Fascination Street, and of course it's me, Sarah, and I am on my own again tonight. So this is going to be my show again about chronic illnesses, disabilities that are not seen. So things that maybe you wouldn't know about. You wouldn't know what is going on in someone's body because it can't be seen. Many disabilities, wheelchair, you'll know that there are problems. Hey, and good evening. And there's something that goes on that you never think you're going to get, isn't it? The back one.
Yeah.
Very, very professional. Always great when that happens. There we go. There we go. That's now done. So yes, we are talking to Steve and Shaz. So thank you guys for joining me. We were meant to have a bigger panel, but unfortunately, you're going to get it, isn't it? The back.
I've done it now.
Not only me.
We're doing well. We're cooking on gas.
It can only happen on live TV.
Can't it? Wow. Oh my goodness. Yes. So thank you guys for joining me. Such a pleasure to have you both with me tonight talking about invisible illnesses. So I really appreciate you coming on and talking to me about your illnesses. It's something that's very personal, which obviously not everyone will know about.
Nope.
But it is something that does need to be spoke about.
We've got quite a mixed bag between us, haven't we?
Yes. I've got too many. And Shazzy just has enough.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does, because with chronic illnesses, not only do you get one problem, usually you get a list of things, and then one thing takes over. That comes with another list of things.
Yeah. It umbrellas off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
so.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not. And with both of us as a couple having chronic pain as well as other stuff, it can be really hard.
Yeah. The weather affects us as well.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The damp weather, cold, rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the heat also affects us as well. That can make the pain go higher.
It can do.
A lot of people with fibromyalgia, they can cope better with the heat and they don't in the cold. But I find spring and autumn are about my best seasons, where I can have lower pain and can manage more.
Mm-hmm.
And summer and winter, if I could hibernate, I would do.
Yeah.
It is really painful sometimes.
Yeah. I should move in again because I keep falling off.
Yeah, it's difficult with the split screen to actually. Yeah.
Next time I'll get two cameras. We'll do that one.
I wonder if that'll make it. No, it's not going to make it any easier, is it? No.
There we go. I just remember to. There we go.
Just remember, you love each other.
Instead of being joined at the hip, we're going to be joined at the head.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Hidden illnesses. Everyone. They take you for granted. So many people they think that you can do everything, and even with our grandsons, our daughter says, I need you to do this, and it's like, yeah, all right, give us 3 days, and we'll think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does. Love them to the world, to the world and back again. But love them to bits, and you just can't do everything.
No.
It hurts. It really does hurt, and then it's the recovery afterwards. Like we had our grandsons every weekend for 6 weekends, and by the we didn't fully recover.
It was great.
It was wonderful.
But it hurt.
It was wonderful, but we did each week. We hadn't fully recovered from the previous weekend.
Yeah,
just getting there.
So we were just totally running on empty every single time, and then the pain kicks in, and then we both got fibromyalgia. The flares kick in. We're both more or less at the same level, which is the high end level.
Yeah.
And pain just takes over. It takes over, and you find that you're stuck.
You have nights where you can't get upstairs, don't you?
Yeah.
When you sleep on the sofa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that one.
It's really, really hard.
Well, if I tell you what I've got fibromyalgia, ME. I have permanent pancreatitis. I had pancreatitis necrosis in 2015. It killed me twice. I died twice in hospital and was resuscitated. I've had 3 strokes. I have a very rare type of diabetes. There are 6 known types of diabetes, and mine's 3.1C, which is actually pancreatic. And I've had that since I was 7. I've known about it since I was 7 years old. I had diabetes, but at the time, they didn't really know what was causing it. Now they know I'm a ticking time bomb, because that is the one that kills people. But we take each day as it happens and we get on with it.
Yeah.
I also have a condition called drop foot. My left ankle doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So my foot, instead of being able to move around like everybody else's foot,
going up, it flops down.
Yep. My foot literally hangs at that angle 24 hours a day.
Yeah. So if you bring your foot up, instead of the walking mechanism, constantly.
I have to lift my foot. I have to lift my foot twice as high.
Yeah.
To clear a curb. The amount of times I've stumbled and fallen. They did make a special splint for me, but it caused more problems than anything. And when I was first diagnosed with the problem, they gave me one of these special boots that they normally give to people who've got an ankle in plaster.
Okay.
So it's got lots of Velcro strapping and things like that. I put that on. I can almost run. I can almost play football with my grandsons. So it does make things so much easier. And going about things every day, I'm not having to use a stick when I've got that boot on. If I haven't got the boot, I've either got one stick or I'll use a stick and a crutch just to give myself that balance. Mm-hmm. But I also get so tired with it because it makes me so tired because of the extra movement.
Energy, isn't it?
So yeah, it's not fun. But the ME, that was diagnosed when I was a chef. I don't know, it was really odd. One day I went to the doctor's, I'd had a blood test or something, and it came back and he goes, "Did you know you got ME?" I said, "Well, no, not really. Can you explain what it is?" He goes, "You get tired all the time." I went, "Yeah." I said, "Constantly." And I just put it down to working a 90-hour week, which as a chef, I did that for 30 years. But, I got used to it. So for me, it wasn't a big thing. That was my everyday routine. But I was getting, I used to cycle to work or I'd get a lift to work. But I'd go home and I'd just fall, drop dead asleep every time. And I'd sleep for 2 or 3 hours and that was it. And then I'd be wide awake again, just constantly on the go. And my life was like that for 35 years. So yeah, it's more or less since I left school. So yeah. But it was tough. It was hard work. And I also have a variation of epilepsy as well.
You've got the full bag.
Yeah, I've got an ability dog as well who is quietly moaning because he wants to come in. He wants to come and say hello, but he gets a bit overexcited.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of blocks both of us. So.
Yeah. I've got one behind me using me as a scratching post.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my legs end up like that with Max. So, but he's been, well, I won't say he's been trained because I went for the training with him to have him trained, and I actually had a fit there and then. Max jumped on my lap, went nose to nose with me, paws on either shoulder, and they just looked at me and said, "Are you sure he hasn't been trained?" I said, "Well, he hasn't been trained by me, and I've had him 2 years at this point." And they just said, "Well, he does everything that an ability dog is trained to do." And for a lot of dogs, it's because he's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier Jack Russell Cross. A lot of them say it's the Staffy in him because it's the nurse dog that comes through. So yeah, it was something very, very special, very unique. So yeah.
And does he know when you're going to go into a fit?
He knows about 5 minutes before I do. If I'm sat down, he'll come and jump on my lap, nose to nose, paws on shoulders. if I'm stood up, he'll come and he'll nudge my leg or nudge my ankle.
Yeah.
Times he'll just sit on you though, isn't there? And he'll know something's going on.
Yeah.
And you've got no signs of going into a fit.
Got nothing. It just happens, and Max is there, and you know he'll be curled up on my lap, and the next minute he's alert, and it's just like, okay, just settle down, calm down. But no,
he's good, because if I have to go out, I know you're safe.
Very much so. You know, but he's getting old now. I've had him 7 years, and he's been a working dog for 7 years, and I'm at that point now where I want to have him as a pet.
Yeah.
I don't want him as my ability dog, but he doesn't seem to understand. He just constantly wants to help, which I think is fantastic, but I want him to have a life as well.
Maybe that's where he's happy though.
Yeah. He was a rescue dog. Because I used to foster dogs for a rescue. Max was one of the dogs that came through to be fostered, and I looked after him. He went to forever home, and he growled. He wasn't nasty to anyone. He growled. He just hid. And they said, we can't have a dog like that around children because we don't know what he's going to do. So he came back and he was fine. Then he went to a second forever home. Same thing happened. When he came back, we just looked at him, and I just said, I think he's found his forever home already. He knows where he wants to be. So it's that thing, you know, when you have a rescue dog and you're fostering, they might find their home with you. But it was just before he went the second time that when I started fitting, he came and jumped on my lap. He knew exactly what to do. He'd lick my face. You know, if I was having a fit, he nibbles on my ears. So he literally pulls. He doesn't bite. He just pulls with his mouth. He'll lick all around my ears, all around my face, all the places that you're actually more receptive to touch.
To try and bring you back round.
Bring me round. It's absolutely fantastic. Paramedics saw it one day, and he went, I don't know why we're here. He said, you've got a dog that does it for you.
There's also, if I'm in the house but in a different room, if I'm upstairs, he'll start off with a low bark, and he'll get louder and louder until he gets my attention and I come back down. And then he'll let me take over. But he won't leave you, will he?
No, he won't leave me.
He is brilliant.
You know, he comes in the car, he's got his own little... He has a bed in the boot. It's all made out just for Max.
Yeah.
And he absolutely loves it. You know,
he does. He's ever so good when we take him out.
He'll whine for the first couple of miles, and then when it's like, oh, we're not just doing a stop, start, he'll actually settle down. And he comes out.
He came to Rotherham with us last week.
Yeah, we went to a friend's wedding last week, and because I was doing the wedding photos, he stayed in the car and he was happy. We got back to the car, and I looked at him and said, you know, gave him some water. He didn't want his water. He just looked at me and went, come on, Dad, we're going home now. So, yeah, it was good. No, it was good. But, yeah, you know, you know, when I say doing the photos, I've been a photographer for 25 years. I started when I was chefing and bits and pieces, and it's kind of grown from there. But it's probably the last 6 years I've started to notice how tired I get. You know, standing up, taking photos, and then you do see the change. You feel the change, but I think Shaz has seen it as well. The couple of years that we've been together.
But you see it with me, I can be fine, and then all of a sudden I'll crash. We did a live the other day, and I just went, I've got to go. I'm crashing. I need to go.
Because,
you know, and I just had to say, right, guys, I need to go, and off I went.
When we crash, we get irritable with each other, which isn't a good thing.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing that me and Jim find a lot.
Yeah.
That when we're both having a bad time, that we do go at each other, and it's part of pain. You don't realise you're doing it at the time.
No. This is it.
It's not until it's pointed out to you that you think, oh my God.
You take it out on them closest to you as well, and it's one of them.
Yeah. But it also brings you closer together.
Yes.
Because you both know what's happening.
It seems to be when one of us is having a flare or just a high pain day, the other one's all right. So one of us can keep going and let the other one rest, although the carer...
That doesn't happen often, does it?
carer in me tells me no rest, carry on. So I find it really hard to stop.
Yeah.
You know, and Steve's always said, will you just sit down? Will you just rest?
Yeah.
Let me do it.
I very rarely sit down, because if I sit down too long, I sleep.
Yeah.
And I can just go so quickly that I find it easier to be stood up. I'm a bit more alert. If I lean on something,
Yeah.
I'll fall asleep whilst I'm leaning on something. So yeah,
because I did care work for 18 years and fibro came on, and I've got stage 3 kidney disease, which also makes you really tired. You know, and I suffer with high blood pressure and IBS, and I've got an enlarged heart, and I have breathing problems, but they don't know if it's asthma or my heart. But they've given me an inhaler. That was yesterday, wasn't it? And everything, it just makes you so tired. You know, and the carer in me just says, push through.
Yeah. But once you hit that wall,
yeah,
if you go over it, then you're doing yourself more damage than you are good.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, hitting that wall is really quite dangerous.
Yeah.
When you feel, it's kind of when you feel that front edge of that wall, you know you've got to stop. I'm as bad, you know. I'll be in the kitchen baking or doing something, because I do a lot of cakes. I do a lot of the cooking because I still enjoy it. But there are times when I'm cooking and I think I really don't want to be doing this. You know, so we've started, you know, even though I don't agree with it, we've started looking at more freezer-based products you just take out, put in the oven, you know. But I still love to.
We've had to.
I like to show off, shall we say, when it comes to food.
Cook from scratch. It's the proper chef in you, isn't it? It's cooking from everything that is fresh, fresh veg, fresh meat.
Now we've got to do the easier option, which I've always cooked from fresh anyway. But you know, we're both finding it difficult. And if we do a pasta dish or something, we'll do enough for 2 days and we'll freeze it. So if we are on a bad day, we've got something in the freezer that's already cooked. We've just got to warm it through.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of them. It is really difficult.
Yeah, I do have a signature dish which a lot of people have decided they like.
You're going to get Sarah and Jimmy coming up as well, aren't you?
I worked out, being a chef, I worked out the ingredients going to KFC, and I actually do my own. And I've actually been told by people it's better. So yeah,
it's not greasy like KFC.
It's not greasy at all.
Oh, you don't get it running down your hands?
No.
Everybody wants to try his KFC.
A lot of people think that the base ingredient in KFC is flour, but it's not. It's actually potato. It's a flour, but it's not your normal wheat flour. It's a potato flour.
Oh, really?
Which is why it goes that lovely deep golden colour when it's deep fried. And then it's a mixture of herbs, spices, and other bits and pieces. And it's just a dry mix. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
but again, it's when you can manage to marinate it and stand there and do it all and frying it.
I make it up. Most of my mix lives in a tub anyway. So every 6 months, when that tub's being used, start again. But yeah, it's good fun. It's something different, and I enjoy it. I enjoy showing people that, you know, you don't have to go out and spend 30 quid on a bucket of chicken or 2 buckets of chicken when you can do it yourself for a £5.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the other thing, because we've got fibromyalgia and also me with the pancreatitis and things like that. I'm registered disabled, so we live on disability benefits. You know,
it's hard.
I am ashamed sometimes to admit to people that I live on disability benefits, because it's all this, oh, you're living off the state.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if I didn't have that disability benefit, I can't go out and work, because I can't sit for 4 or 5 hours at a time.
To go out and work,
I can't stand for 4 or 5, 10 plus hours, whatever, you know, and it destroys me. when I think about what I used to do compared to what I have to do now to survive.
Oh, it is heartbreaking. It's only in the last 10 years that I haven't been able to work. I've worked all my life, and these last 10 years, it is heartbreaking. It's
soul destroying.
The self-worth goes.
People stand there and point the finger, going, "Oh, you're not disabled." Just because I don't look disabled on the outside, because I'm not in a wheelchair. I have been in a wheelchair when I had my 3 strokes. I was in a wheelchair for 18 months.
But people need educating on it, and it's
they do.
But there are so many disabilities these days that are not wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
That people they don't want to know.
And I like that new sticker now for toilets, the disabled sticker. Disabled looks like this, the wheelchair, and this with a person standing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There are days that I can walk with my crutches, and there are other days I can't get out of bed, and those are the days that people don't see me.
No,
it's because I can't move.
No,
we've got a car sticker. We've got a car sticker on the car that says, "I might not look disabled, but then you don't look ignorant." But hey, so a lot of people look at it and they go, "That's really rude." I said, "Yes, but you're being rude judging me because I'm disabled."
Yeah.
We got frowned at today for parking in a disabled bay.
Yeah.
I got out with a stick and the guy just goes, "Oh, but you're not disabled, are you?"
But it's like our neighbour down the road. He'll park so as we have to park in the next street. And he's seen both of us with crutches and he just laughs at us.
He'll park
believe me,
our house in our car space.
Yeah, and it's so hard, isn't it, at times? The next door neighbour, if ever you're bad, you let us know what you want. We'll even move our car and put yours in for you.
Yeah.
And they've got a 2-year-old and it's like, no, we'll manage, we'll cope, it's fine. Yeah,
I've had a neighbour that unfortunately was going to court and I should have testified.
Yeah.
And because I don't look disabled, he was throwing accusations out of the window and threats at me, and I was recording it.
Yeah. Well, we can be in town using our crutches, can't we? And we'll let people push us out the way, and it's like, excuse me, we've got sticks. You don't need that. You've just got that for show, so you don't have to work. No, really, I'm sorry. You ain't got a clue about me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are too many people that do things like that.
Yeah.
That give us, the people that actually need the help.
Yeah.
That it gives not us a bad name, but it makes people doubt us.
Yeah. It makes us feel as well like.
Makes us feel inferior.
It makes us feel like we shouldn't be claiming disability when we genuinely need it, and yet you've got these people that claim to have a bad back that haven't, that can get up and run around and move people out of houses and stuff that
will go play football.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is our only dream.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to still doing care 12-hour shifts.
Yes, absolutely.
I really would.
I miss the work. I miss the routine.
I miss the people.
Yeah, I miss the people.
Oh my God, the people.
Stories.
Just the conversation.
Yeah. I miss the training of new chefs coming in, because I was head chef for 15 years at this one restaurant where I worked, and we used to have lads coming over from Italy to learn classical English cookery, and they'd come to me because that's what I trained in. I spent 14 years learning how to be a classical English chef. I ended up running an Italian restaurant as head chef for 15 years. I've seen a lot of changes, and I used to have people coming into restaurants. When the waiters they'd say, "Oh, can you give a compliment to the chef?" "Oh yeah, no problem. He's English." And it's like, you've got an English chef running an Italian restaurant. At the end of the day, it's only a type of food. Mm-hmm. Anyone can make it. It doesn't matter what the nationality of the chef is.
No.
It's where your passion lies. And I'd love to be back out there doing it, but I just can't do it.
No.
And after the strokes, I've got just over 80% maneuverability. So I lost all my right side. So That's still affected.
You still have times where you can't use your right arm, don't you, and it locks.
Still have times where I can't get out of bed in the morning without help. I can't get dressed on my own, and I feel so scared. It's unbelievable. Because
you feel bad asking me for help when I'm in pain as well, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Having,
isn't it? When you love someone, you'll do it regardless.
you'll do anything for them.
Yeah.
we looked into having a carer, but it's the cost of everything.
You looked into having a carer, and I just went, no.
No,
I won't do it the way I do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Care for yourself.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Care for yourself. When you look at other carers and you think, I would not want you in my house.
I'm an old-fashioned carer where I will put the person first and not the job. I do it out of love for the people, not
and
money.
how I would want to
It's
be
rubbish.
treated.
Yes, exactly. I cared for people how I would want myself, my family to be looked after. And nobody will do it the way I do it.
No, you don't cut corners. Cut corners. You don't cut standards.
No, this is it.
Well, it's the same, you know, as a chef. I worked as a chef consultant, and I used to go to people's homes because I'd be asked by the local council, can you go in and teach these people how to cook? And I'd go in and it would be, what's the best way to do this? And I used to turn around and go, don't listen to me. Go to Iceland or go to Asda or Tesco, buy the frozen meal, whack it in your microwave, do it. Job done. Because at the end of the day, it's cheaper than buying all the fresh ingredients. The only thing to watch out for is the salt content. I used to go back in social service, you go, we've had rave reviews about you. We want to send you somewhere else. It's like, cool, okay, I'm happy with that. And, you know,
Let your secret out now.
but at the end of the day, when you haven't got the dexterity in your fingers or the maneuverability to get up and do things, ping-it meals, I hate to call them that, but that's what they are. Ping-it meals are some of the, you know, these days there is so much choice, and there are, you know, you've got all the companies, you've got Oakland, you've got all the others doing it. Yeah. But go have a look in Iceland, in Tesco's, because they've all got their own varieties.
And they've all got deals on as well, haven't they?
They have. If you've got, was it Good Food Warehouse, which Iceland do, which is the big store, you get even better deals in there. Yeah. Because we've got one in where we are, and we use that one a lot, and it does make life so much easier.
You know, it's like we get frowned at for having long life milk. We buy 24 cartons, don't we, a fortnight? But it's easier for us to have long life milk than it is to try and lift a 4 or 6 pinter. Out the fridge.
And if you can't get out for days at a time,
exactly.
This is it. We've got long life milk. We've always make sure we've got stuff in, don't we? Even if it's a couple of pizzas. Yeah. So we've got food in, you know, and tins of soup and stuff.
So now our eldest grandson has decided he likes his pizza. That
he
looked at it and he said, "Granddad, I don't like that one." He tried it. Granddad, I really like this one.
The cheeseburger pizza.
So it's a cheeseburger pizza, but you know,
he loves it.
We don't mind, but we're also at the point where if we know somebody is struggling for food, we will give them.
We'll give them our last lot.
Our last lot of food. You know, we're not afraid to do that.
And then we will go to a food bank.
We have had times where we have had to use food bank. You know, I'm not ashamed to say I've had to use it. Some people look at it as being, you know, right on the poverty line. There've been times when we moved from where we were living in Rugby to where we are now, because of the change of addresses and bits and pieces, the benefits didn't get paid. So it's like, oh great, you know, we're stuck. We had to go to the food bank.
Okay, and for our American, we've got a lot of American viewers, so I'm just going to explain what a food bank is.
Okay.
In the UK, we have a system that if we don't have a certain amount of money coming in, so we're unable to support our bills and our food, there is somewhere that our GP can actually send us with a voucher, and we will be able to get a week's worth of shopping. And it is from the kindness of people's hearts that they actually buy items and donate it to food banks. So anything long life milk, soups, toiletries, anything that
Yeah.
has a long life to it.
Yeah.
They give out the goodness of their hearts, and it is given to a massive warehouse that it's then sorted out into crates so that people have a equal amount and what is needed throughout a week to make meals.
Donate potatoes from their allotments and apples.
We've
Yeah.
had that,
You know, we've had that, haven't we? You know, and
but
it's
also
great.
when we were able to, and we go to the supermarket, we put back into it.
That's it.
We're not just taking.
Yeah.
I know in America they some states have a similar system for the poor, for the poverty, for the needy, you know, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, the Russell Trust in the UK do so much.
They do.
You know, when it was
amazing.
first started, people used to laugh at them, but now it seems to be all those people that were laughing are the ones going, "I need help."
Yeah.
It is a fantastic setup, but when it does help those of us who are
It does.
severely ill, who are on disability, who can't get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get in touch with your citizen's advice, and they'll actually send somebody out to do it for you, or a family member can go if they've got your voucher. They can go. You know, so it does help. But again, you know, when you do have these hidden illnesses and you can't make that physical choice of what to take off the shelf, put into your trolley, the food bank does it all for you.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I shaved my head for Macmillan in September, and we had to go to food bank, didn't we? Not long after I'd done it, and they assumed I was having chemotherapy.
Yeah.
They didn't ask. They assumed.
And
I've got my Brave the Shave T-shirt on, but they assumed I was having chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Which was annoying.
In one aspect, that shows a lot about people in the UK. They assume rather than ask.
Oh, absolutely.
They always point the finger. Now, I've got friends in America, and my good friend Joe, you know, he said to me one day, he goes, "If you need anything, call me. I'll send you some money." You know, it's like, Joe, but you're struggling yourself. Don't care. I want to help. You know, and it's been absolutely fantastic.
I mean, our next door neighbours, they're all, you need help with anything in your house, you let us know.
We had some heavy goods that needed lifting into the house when we moved in.
Yeah.
And
we just knocked the door and asked, didn't we?
Dom came round and actually helped us, and it just kind of blew us away. You know, it was like, he said, "Don't struggle, I'll do that. Let me do it." You know, and it's just like, you know, 20 years ago, wouldn't have been a problem. You know, everyone would have done it. But nowadays, so many people just want to stick to themselves. You know, there's just the whole social society in the UK has changed so much.
The community is not there anymore.
Community is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a word I want to use. Because nobody wants to share your personal
we're quite lucky we've got a shop next door but one. Yeah. You know, so we're quite lucky we can get our stick and we can hobble to the shop if we need to.
But,
you know.
They've also said all we have to do is ring and they'll come to the door.
Yeah.
So that's something else that's
they're lovely, aren't
different.
They? You know, and if we're unable to take, say, Amazon deliveries in, they'll do it for us.
Yeah.
And then they'll come round and knock the door and we'll get it off them. Yeah. You know, and it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We just, you know.
We plod on, don't
we? We plod on. We don't let these illnesses drag us down.
You can't.
No,
you know,
we try and stay
down.
We try and keep smiling. You know, and we fight through pain every single day.
It's a fight on its own.
Yeah, to keep a normal routine, and it's that fight that makes you tired.
We got asked by some friends on Facebook, how many tablets do you take a day? So I posted a photograph of my morning tablet.
Yeah.
My morning tablet.
That's breakfast. That's lunchtime dessert. Tea time dessert.
My morning tablet is 17 tablets.
Yeah.
And 2 injections for the diabetes. So, you know, there's pills for the pancreatitis, there's pills for pain, there's pills for stop my feet swelling up. There's pills to basically drain the water off my feet, which causes them to swell up.
Yep.
And there's various others. Then there's another capsule I have to take, which stops it. It's a lot stronger than Rennie or these antacids, because normally when some of the tablets I'm taking, they're huge, but they're also slow release.
Yeah.
But if the stomach acid, they dissolve and wouldn't be any good. So I have to have this capsule, which basically stops my stomach doing anything, and then it takes about 4 more hours for the food in my stomach to dissolve.
Yeah.
So, in one aspect, yes, it makes me feel fuller for longer, but it is also a pain. Because it's 17 tablets in the morning, it's 8 at lunchtime, 8 in the evening, and that's with another jab each time for the diabetes. And then before I go to bed, it's another jab and another 8 or 10 tablets. Some days I think if I jump up and down, you can hear me rattle.
And when we come out of the chemist, oh my God, the amount of bags you come out with.
Yeah.
I know, came out the other day and had
we have a huge carrier bag for you,
I was
don't we?
going to say, mine's like one of these bags for life.
Because we have your sharp bins as well, don't we?
Yeah,
For your
got
needles
all my
and
sharp
stuff,
bins. So it's two sharp bins a month.
Mad.
I'm on.
You have 2 different insulins, don't you?
2 different insulins. Plus, I got my finger prickers for testing my blood. But all that, so that all has to go into a sharp bin. So it's because it's all biohazard.
But this is what people don't realise: how much medication you have, how much.
And what thing does what, and how much you have to carry if you go out.
Yeah.
I know in America they have a lot of places they have to pay for their tablets. Some people do in the UK.
I have to pay for my medication, which is over £120 a month.
Yeah.
As a diabetic, if I was paying for my medication, it would be just close on £3,000 a month.
Yeah.
That's
So,
because of the insulin.
Yeah.
Obviously, the diabetics, you get yours free. I actually have a prescription card, so I'm quite lucky. I get help from both my mother and my mother-in-law with that. So it's just paying like £100 a year, and that gives me free prescriptions all year.
Yeah. That's it. But at £9 per item, it's crazy.
And it's not just per item; it's per strength too.
Per strength, yeah.
So I have 2 or 3 different packages.
2 boxes of the same thing. You've still got to pay for both of those.
Yeah.
And it is. Excuse me. I'm just.
You all right?
Yeah, it's because even though I get 5 pens of insulin, the government has turned around and said that each one of those pens is £9 each.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's 1 box, so straight away, what's that? That's £45.
When you have 2 boxes of the one lot of insulin as well, don't you?
Yeah. So straight away,
that's another £90.
It's horrendous.
It's crazy.
So, sorry, my pancreas is having a good kick. What's left of it anyway?
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
It is.
It's so difficult.
Just watching some of the comments and the concern from a lot of people is absolutely amazing. And
holistic health, THC. THC is amazing. Although cannabis is not legal in the UK yet, although
we vape the CBD.
We vape CBD oil.
It's a godsend. It really is a godsend. And we recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, it does help.
Yeah.
We've got a shop where we are, and we go in, and people have friends online go, "Oh, where'd you get it from?" So I send them a link to the shop. I think we've done more online sales for this shop than anybody else has. Walked in the other day, and he goes, "Oh, we've had about 10 people mention your name, and they bought like £500-600 worth of stuff." And it's like,
where's my freebie though?
Where's my discount? Where's my discount? But we do. We get a 10% discount anyway, so that's quite good. You know, that's really nice. Normally, it's only a 10% discount for new people.
Yeah.
But because we're putting so much trade their way, he turned around to me and he goes, "I want to carry on with you." He says, "Because you do so much for us."
And that's nice.
And that's just it. You know, when
it's
we
just giving that little bit back, isn't it?
Yeah, when we find a product we like, we do what we can to share it. You know.
Max is moaning.
Let's introduce you to Max. Max is allergic to his own skin, so he has to wear a muzzle. Without the muzzle, he would chew himself silly, and we can't afford the £10,000 a year medical bills for him.
Max,
come on, Max, come here. Come on.
Ready? Oh, Mika.
Come on.
Go see Dad.
Here he is. Here's Max.
Oh, hello, Max. I've got Dougie laid behind me. Dougie.
Oh.
So, yeah.
There he is.
Oh, you're hiding, are you, Max? So, yeah, this is Max. He's allergic to his own skin. He has an antihistamine.
So is Dougie.
Piriton.
Yes, a form of Piriton. It's called Zopalax or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, because dogs can take human antihistamine, Max has the Piriton, and it stops him.
He has evening primrose oil as well.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah, he does. That was something that one of the doctors actually suggested.
Yes, we have to give him the vet one because the antihistamine that we use, apparently a dog's metabolic system works quicker than a human, so we were having to double up on the dose of the Piriton, but it wasn't enough for him, and he'd keep on biting his back and pulling his hair out.
Yeah.
One of
the vet
one of my pills is an antihistamine, and it's Zyteralin, and it works. Yeah. It's a slow release until about midday, and then it goes mad. Then it works really well. It's great in the summer.
Yeah, it's one of them, don't he?
And there are times when I've said to the doctor, I said, look, if I buy this from the vet, it's £120 a packet, and you only get 12 in a packet.
Yeah.
So whereas if I get it from the doctor, I'm getting 28 in a packet, and I said I don't mind paying £9 for it.
Yeah.
And he turned around, he said, not a problem, Steve, and wrote me up for it twice. So Max actually now gets it from the doctor. So it's cheaper.
But when he's been to the groomers as well, hasn't he? He's been bathed in evening primrose oil.
They bathe him in evening primrose oil because...
So when we have the capsules, he just has one with his food. And that helps him, doesn't it?
You know, he's I can't believe he's run off. Normally he loves the camera.
Yeah.
When we go live on one of our Facebook pages,
looking back at it.
Yeah, Max kind of just sits here. And that's it. So
he's having a scratch.
He's having a scratch. You can do that, Max. Just don't chew. But no, you know, it's also through the fibromyalgia and things. We've got a touch of arthritis as well, which doesn't help. Max has got arthritis.
Yeah,
he's really good. He knows when we're both hurting, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's so careful.
That's why Doug's behind me, because my osteoarthritis through my spine, and that's where he's laid. I think he's trying to give me heat at the bottom of my back.
Oh, bless him.
I don't talk about my back because my back's just.
You just need
the medical term that the doctor used was knackered.
Yeah. I've got 3 different things wrong with my back, and if they touch one thing, the whole lot will go. So
yeah, well, I've got sciatica in my back. I've also got bulging discs.
Mine are collapsed and inverting.
I've got a problem right at the base of my neck.
You've got to have injections, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to go and have injections in my neck to strengthen my neck.
Yeah, I got a cold virus, didn't I?
Yeah.
In the summer, end of July, beginning of August, and it hit the fibromyalgia, and I couldn't move for 3 days. And I went to the doctors, got the last emergency, and he just took one look at me and he went, "You need something stronger than what you're taking." He said, "Because you are knackered." He went, you can see it. He went, because the pain's that high, you're not sleeping. You know, and it was good. He was really good about it.
He just goes, it's a new medical term that we're using with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's better than saying you're sick or you're injured.
Yeah.
You're just knackered.
Yeah.
So,
well, my doctors actually come out and wake me up in the waiting area, because they don't come out and call me. My doctors is sit and wait surgery. They never come out and call me.
Yeah.
They will come out, look for me. If I'm awake, they will call for me. Otherwise, they will come and tap me on the shoulder. Come on, it's your turn.
There we go. Oh, there he is.
But yeah, we've got a surgery. We've got about 10 doctors, haven't we? And we can usually get an appointment if we need to.
He scratched his face again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you can't take it off.
Bless him. Yeah, they're really good.
For Halloween, he has a very special muzzle. If you've ever seen the film Mask, you remember the dog Milo, when Milo puts the mask on and he's got that long jowl, Max has got that muzzle. And it looks absolutely fantastic.
We can't keep a straight face when he's got a marker.
No.
He's brilliant. But we've told our doctors that we vape CBD.
Mine know that I smoke. They know that I smoke joints. They know that I smoke this. And they're like, does it help? Yes.
Yeah.
We've had one doctor turn around and say, but it's not legal.
And
but it helps with pain.
CBD oil is legal.
I know. But they just want you to
my chronic pain nurse is she's a specialist in hypermobility, which is another thing that I've got, and hypersensitivity disorder as well. And she says, you do whatever it is that you find that helps. Do not listen to any doctor, because they are only taught about the anatomy and the problems within the anatomy. They don't know about pain. They don't. All they know is that it's acute up to 6 months. 6 months after, it's chronic. That's it.
That's it.
And then they palm you off somewhere else.
We've got a couple of GPs at our surgery that are specialising in fibromyalgia, which is brilliant. And we try and see them every time if we can.
Got a doctor who's supposedly specialising in diabetes, but he doesn't really know anything about 3.1C. So I walk in and he's just like, oh, it's you again.
Steve looked at him and he went, my feet keep swelling up. Can you explain what's going on? And he went, oh, it's just fluid. It'll go. Yeah,
there's different types of fluid.
Yep. And then
didn't give him anything.
3 months later, went back to the doctors and went, my feet are bright red. They're 4 times the size they should be. And he looked at me and he went, young doctor, really nice guy.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll give you some water tablets, Steve. He says, in 2 weeks, says you need to go have a blood test just to check your kidneys. He says, but I think these will work for you. And they did. Absolutely fantastic.
I take water tablets every single day, and my feet just keep going bigger. And unfortunately, it's the type of edema that it just doesn't work, but
no. I understand that because of not having the movement in the left foot, because it's literally just static. It just swells on its own accord. Or the water just stays there. I've been advised to put my feet up, sleep with my feet up. It doesn't work. I also have sleep apnea, so I have to wear a face mask at night. And I can't remember. With the strokes, I can't remember all these things I'm supposed to do. Even if I write it down, I forget where I put the piece of paper.
Okay, somebody has actually asked. I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Has anyone tried the energy healing for pain?
Yes, I have heard of it. We have a Reiki healer who is very good, and she suffers with pain herself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have been, and we both had Reiki, and it works. It really does work. It
really does help.
Because it moves the focus.
And last time I had it, she spent ages trying to get rid of something that was fighting to stay with me.
Yeah.
And she got rid of all the pain. It don't last for long, but for that short time when the pain's not there, you feel normal.
Yeah, that's such a break to actually have something that works.
Yeah.
I live.
It is. It's really good.
Shazzy and I are both pagan. So I'm a druid, and I use healing spells, healing energies quite a lot because I'm allergic to so many different types of medicine.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that using crystals, using using a healing spell, using natural foods like ginger, citrus, that kind of rose hips especially.
Yeah.
I haven't used rose hips for a while, but all the natural foods that are healthy are very, very good. Echinacea tea is absolutely incredible for you. It totally cleans out your system.
We have so many crystals around the house. It is unbelievable. Crystals and cones and things that, natural things use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally understand that. That was animal. That's Eli's by my. This is a selenite pillar. This lives next to my computer and it channels energy, bad energy away from the computer or the electrical energy in the air.
Yeah.
It's always remembering that when there's a full moon, you put it on the windowsill to fully recharge it, and it does work.
That's it.
Feels incredibly heavy at the moment, which tells me it needs recharging. On top of my computer, I've got Himalayan rock salt. Again, it does the same thing. It draws out negative energy.
Yeah.
I make jewelry and I use as much natural product as possible in my jewelry. Or I use crystals,
When I wear a rose quartz bracelet.
Yeah. I'm looking for a way to incorporate
healing stone.
This nice little chunk of quartz into something. Probably into a nice pendant.
A wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wire around it.
Yeah.
But we found a basket wire for beads.
It needs to be a copper-based wire so it channels energy.
Yes.
Because a lot of people think if they just put a silver wire around it, it's going to work. But it doesn't. A silver wire actually takes the energy away somewhere else. Copper, when it's onto you, actually restores so much more magnetic energy to yourself than anything else ever does. Which is why you see people with the copper bracelets for arthritis. Mm-hmm. They work for anything because they recenter your body's magnetic field.
So what I found that helps my back as well. I ordered a back support that's a self-heating one off Amazon.
Yeah.
It's got the magnets in it that just heat up on their own. That is really good.
Yes, yeah, we've got a magnet one as well, but we've also got the straps as well that it's like a corset. It starts from your waist and you end up with your boobs underneath your chin, that it's right below.
Yeah, I understand
that. But we've got a TENS machine, haven't we, that you use a lot.
TENS machines are amazing because they give you a different type of pain to think about.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it in my head.
Yeah.
I use a TENS machine.
Steve has to have it on the highest level.
I ramp it up to 25 and I still can't feel it.
Yeah, that is the other thing. Yeah. I've got I don't know if it's a very high threshold of pain or maybe that I have so much morphine going into me every hour.
Yeah.
It masks so much.
Yeah.
That it's one of those that it's not until my doctor says that it's not until it gets to the critical point that I feel the pain, and then it's that I recognise that there's something wrong, and I go to the doctor and he'll go, "Why didn't you come to me earlier? I didn't know about it."
Yeah. I just want to show you a piece of jewelry that I've made today. It's a protection pendant. Where's the camera there?
That's it. That is beautiful.
It's made with amethyst.
I've got those the pendants at the bottom.
Yeah. Tree of Life.
Tree of Life.
Yes, I've got many of those, and they're beautiful.
That's a protection pendant for somebody we know, because she's been struggling with things in her life, and amethyst is such a great channeler of negative energy when it's worn. It actually, if you ever actually see people wearing amethyst, you'll actually notice it's quite a bright, deep purple. Even if it goes on light, it'll come out, it'll radiate light. It's absolutely amazing the way that it works through energy. But also, over a period of about 5 years, that amethyst will slowly go white. because that shows that the energy has been drained, and when it goes white, it's time to replace the crystals.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Amazing, isn't it?
it's absolutely fantastic. You know,
we have a lot, don't we, for healing and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We go into our favourite little shop that does all these crystals every single week, don't we? And we have a look, see what else she's got in there.
Yeah, we've got one of them on the seafront.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of miles down the coast, in my hometown.
Yeah.
On the seafront, and they've got all the stones, they've got all the pebbles, they've got every type of stone you could think of, and if whatever they haven't got, you know that they can get in for you.
Yeah, that's like Alice. She can get it.
A lot of people ask what is one of the best crystals or the best stones to use to recenter your balance, and it's actually one of these. Not that one.
Just throw it.
Just throw it at the camera. It's that one. It's a tiger's eye.
Tiger eye, yes.
Tiger's eye. But this one is encased in silver. It's got silver roses all around it, and then on the back, it's got a very nice little.
Oh wow, that's gorgeous.
It's a heart energy. So that's going out on Monday to somebody. That was. That one was fun. That one was a lot of fun. So I'm only a novice, you know. I've only been making jewelry for
2 weeks,
3 weeks, 2 weeks,
yeah.
2-3 weeks.
Seriously.
Yet I've got people going, "Wow, it's amazing, absolutely incredible." You know, I don't make a lot of money on it because I'm not in it for the profit. I'm in it for what it means to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, it's personal. It's part of my personal journey. If I can make somebody happy through a product, a bit like when I was chefing, if I can make someone happy through the product, then it helps me. But then it also helps me with my disability because it makes me feel good. And when I feel good,
that purpose
the endorphins rise. The dopamine rises, and suddenly the natural healing takes over.
But it gets that hand moving as well.
But yeah,
that you struggle with.
Is because a lot of it is with my right hand, and that's where I struggle to move. So
I do 5D diamond pictures, and I'm doing a load of key rings at the minute.
And they're the tiny diamonds, aren't they? Or the different, they're beautiful.
So and I've got quite a few big pictures to do, haven't I? I'm doing Avengers one for the grandsons at the minute.
I'm going to add Sarah to our Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'll make our crafting page because there are a lot of things on there.
It is really good.
You know, there's so much available which people don't see, but also it's the things that happen when you're making. Like I had a lovely little episode today. I managed to drop 300 2mm split rings on the floor.
Oh, they're a pain, aren't they?
But they're all.
I missed that one.
They're non-magnetic. They're non-magnetic. So I'm
there. It down.
And it's dog hair and everything else, and it's like, oh, there's that pound coin that I lost. So, but it's. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I did a couple of I say to you earlier that I made a couple of necklaces for people with fibromyalgia. It's just like a symbol, which is a butterfly with purple stones. And the one went within 3 seconds of putting it onto our Facebook page. Somebody messaged me and said, "Steve, can I have that?" It's like, yeah.
So Sarah would know us if ever we went down her way. So then we've got purple butterflies on our car.
Yeah. So then I made another one, and straight away it was somebody messaged. I said, "Hang on a minute, there's somebody else I need to show this to first." Messaged them on Messenger, and then straight away I don't get paid to them. Don't worry, it's sold, it's yours. So you know, that's how quickly these things are selling. And people are just looking at it, going, "Wow, it's amazing, it's incredible." I'm just looking at it, going, "Yes, I don't know what it is, but."
It's made you feel good making it, and it's given you the nice feeling of someone else appreciating it on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, somebody bought one of my key rings. I did them a purple butterfly, and they've hung it in their car for their grandson because it sparkles when the sun hits it.
Yeah,
it keeps him occupied, and he's loving it.
You know, it's
We just do it to replace materials, don't we?
we don't
have you,
we
I've
don't
just got to
let these hidden illnesses get us down.
Can you see that?
It's like it.
Yes, I'm working on bracelets. I've got some new ideas. I've got loads of little butterflies, silver butterflies. I use antique silver and antique gold that's been recast.
Yeah.
So there's no other base metals in it. And sometimes the silver is gold plated as well. So you're getting the best of both. But no, I'd happily give that a go. I did a protection one earlier, didn't I?
Vicky Stevens, invest in a TENS machine, get a cheap one to start with and see how you get on with it.
Is that our Vicky?
Our Vicky Stevens, yeah.
Wish is amazing. If you go on Wish, they do TENS machines for as little as £15.
Yeah. On mine, I got off Amazon for £10.
Oh, did you? So it can be either or.
Yeah. And it's brilliant, isn't it?
There it is.
You know, it is so good. And Steve uses it and I use it, and it is really good. That and CBD, I'd recommend.
This one's not going to play ball, but it's called protection wings. And somebody else said to me, that's not a necklace. And someone said to me, can you do that as a key ring? It's like, yeah. But I need to wait. They need to wait. So that is something, again, that's something special. And that's got cobalt, the blue, it's cobalt crystal, which are, it's right, Max just made me jump and lick my finger. Yes, cobalt is really good for cleansing when you've got a bad feeling or something like that. Cobalt absorbs that. You know, all crystals, a lot of them do the same thing, but they just, because they're different colours, they look nice.
Yeah.
There's a comment on there that you need to see. This one. I think you found your calling.
Wow, thank you.
Have you seen that one? That comment?
Yeah, that's actually a bit far up. When I see them, because they must come straight through to me quite quickly.
Yeah.
I'm in all the comments as they come through in real time.
Yeah.
So the ones I can see at the moment are like Pippa asking you to do the bracelet, Fibro Warrior, and that she'd love one, and then Vicky that she'll look on both. So I'm getting them in real time. I don't know whether there's a bit of a lapse coming through your end.
Yeah.
Pippa.
Well, this is one of the fibro. Oops, where's the camera? There. That's one of the fibro ones. That was a one-off, and I've got another one that was a one-off. This is the one that's sold in 3 seconds.
Pippa, look on Facebook for pagan and paranormal crafts and gifts.
Can I put it in chat?
Yeah, go for it.
And join that. We'll accept you straight away.
Create a channel to join the chat. I don't want to create a channel to join the chat. I'm trying to work out how to do this.
Right, you've got me on Facebook, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, message it me on Facebook.
Yep.
I can put it in the chat, and I will also put it in the description box.
That's cool. There we go.
I'll put it in the description box once we're all done and it's uploaded correctly.
Yeah.
Because it takes a little while to process onto YouTube and things like that. Even though it's going out live now, it takes a while for it to process. So once it's all processed, I'll be able to restream it live in the description box later.
Sorry, we were on so many different groups. Facebook, just trying to find the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've got a Fibro and Invisible Illness group as well, haven't I? And
yeah, we run
with the business groups as well. It's mad.
Yeah.
We're
right.
What, 6 between us?
Something like that, yeah. So I've got my photography page on Facebook as well. So it's not a lot on there recently, but there's a lot of stuff from the past.
Yeah.
So I used to do lots of motorsport photography, off-road motorsport, so Land Rovers, Jeeps, that kind of thing. And I've got them flipping down hills and rolling down hills, or just racing.
They're
in the mud.
messaging you, aren't they? They're missing you.
Yeah. And I've been asked to go and do media for an event in February for 4x4, which I'm really looking forward to. So it's, even though I've been out of that for 2.5 years, they still want my photos and they still want me, which is a really nice gesture from them.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. But yeah.
Look at that, the wonderful world of YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
That should. There we go. It's in there.
It's done there.
There you go. Yep, that's our group. You need all of that, and that will take you to Pagan and Paranormal Craft.
In there.
We are, it's Pagan and Paranormal because we're also paranormal investigators.
That's right, and that's gone both on the Facebook group that is now showing live, and also the YouTube at the same time.
Which is that one there. See that?
Yeah,
it's there. We can see it on YouTube as well. No, thank you, Sarah. It's really nice to be able to share that, because even though we are UK based, we don't mind sending to America. We don't mind. We'll send it wherever. As long as we've got people that are interested and people that want to follow us and want to be a part of what we do, we're happy to share that wherever. And also, we keep our prices as low as possible.
Yeah.
But
like you say,
all our prices also include postage. In the UK, it involves postage and packing. We'd have to, send to America, we'd have to work that out. But that's not difficult to do that.
But a piece of jewellery is no problem going to, like you say, the post office, getting it weighed, finding out how much the postage is going to be, and just letting them know.
The post office is five houses up the road, so it's a nice simple walk. And there are days when I've walked in there with a carrier bag, and he's gone, "Okay, where are we going this time?"
And you reel off a load of places.
Yeah. Just hand it to him, and he goes, "If it's UK, how do you want it sent?" Always first class, because
and they post it on page.
The cost between first and second class in the UK now is insignificant. I think it's about 12p difference. So at the end of the day, I'd rather send it first class.
Yeah.
We, all our payments, we only take PayPal payments. We have a business account on PayPal, so it is all fully insured through PayPal. It was a challenge. We started off doing the friends. Get down, Max. Hang on. We move animal.
You'd like to say hello?
You're coming up. Come on then.
Your mate Shell's watching.
Yeah, we started off doing just friends and family. But then a couple of things went missing in the post, and because we didn't have the insurance aspect through PayPal, we couldn't do anything about it. So we decided to change, and that's been a godsend.
All right.
Yeah. Hello, mate. Hello. Come on. Thank you.
It's you taking the limelight, isn't it, Max?
He's happy. You just want cuddles.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
And there's no fireworks tonight, which is good.
No.
Oh, we've had some, and he goes mental. He hates them.
Oh.
Yeah, we haven't had that many, to be fair.
No, it's been quite a lot of displays were last weekend over here.
Yes.
Even then, it was quite quiet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be the Christmas one that.
We quite often will do a giveaway as well, where it'll be either a necklace, a pair of earrings, or a 5D key ring. So we try and keep things alive. It's not always a case of just charging everyone for everything, because we do like to give things away.
Yeah, absolutely. It keeps the spirits up as well.
Yeah, and when we send stuff through the post, if they're first time on the giveaway or first time buying, we'll send them a keyring and a pen with the business name on that we've had done.
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah,
So
that's
they've got
with
that
our-
as well.
with our paranormal
You know,
group.
that's
So
just a free gift for them.
the only thing is we can't send the torches to America because they're lithium cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get a bit finicky about that.
Yeah, you can't send batteries through the post.
No.
No, so it'd be a case if we do send them to America, we take the batteries out, and then you'd have to source. We've got a little piece. We've got information paper about it.
Yeah.
You can send that, but they're quite readily sourced. It's normally like a watch battery that goes into. What are you doing?
Bless him.
You settled? No,
He's just a big baby. Look at
he
him.
is. You know, he's 9 years old and he's a baby.
He comes onto our lives on Facebook, doesn't he? And he loves it.
Yeah, I think you've just had a few more people join.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook is going mad.
Yeah, I can see 2 that have just joined.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So
On that later. Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it is fantastic. I've had a few friend requests as well, which is really odd. That's I don't quite understand do that one, but yeah. Yeah, we just plod along.
We do.
You know, yes, we have invisible illnesses. Do we let them get us down? No.
It's
Life-
hard when we snap at each other.
Yeah, we had an incident this morning.
life is hard enough. When
Yeah.
you've got added things on top, it makes it extra hard.
Yeah.
We snapped at each other's. Well, no, I snapped at Shazzy this morning, and I knew I was in the wrong. I went out this afternoon. We went out, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a fish and chip lunch, and I bought her a big box of chocolates. So you know,
Way to my heart is box chocolates. You know.
so you know, but we do know, and there are times when it's the other way around. And Shazzy say, "I've ordered you something." It's like, no, you don't need to. I'm not used to having someone buy me things. But then Shazzy will say the same thing. She's not used to it.
But it's what we do, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
You know, we live each day as it comes. We treat our house as though it's Christmas every day.
It's the amount of parcels we get through the post from Amazon and eBay.
Yeah.
It's Christmas every day.
You know, we've got everything we need. We're getting married next year. And we've said to people, you know, we've got people who want to come to our wedding. It's like, don't give us a gift. You know, if you want to come, we're having a bring and share meal. You know, so you bring it and share it, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
You know, that way it's not, you're not paying an expense for a present. You're not paying an expense for, you know, everything else. Just come and enjoy the day with us. And we're having a pagan wedding as well, so it's going to be a full hand fastening and everything else. So it is going to be very different.
Is Max wearing top hat and tails then?
Oh,
That'd be different. Yes.
Being muzzleless for the day.
well,
Wear top hat and tails.
he had a
He had a skeleton.
a
Didn't he?
skeleton for Soen. So it was
Let's take this off.
you know, it was quite funny. That glowed in the dark. You could always tell where Max was.
Hey, you're free, Max.
There
You're
you
free for
go.
10 minutes. Hello.
Give that wound on your face a bit there.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mum.
But this harness that he wears, his lead clips onto it. He's had it for 16 months. It's been off twice, but every time we go to take it off, he growls at me.
He took it off him once and he sulked, didn't he? He come and
Yeah.
sat on me and put his head on my shoulders. He was sulking. So we had to put it back on.
Yeah.
Same with his Christmas jumper though, weren't it? We took that off him and
Yeah.
he sulked.
You know, a friend of ours bought him a Christmas jumper. And he absolutely loved it. But yeah,
But this makes it easier to walk him, doesn't it?
makes it easier to walk him, makes it easier just to pick him up.
He struggles to get in the car and pick him up with that.
Yeah. You
Don't
know,
we? Eh? And if we
but-
say road trip, you're happy.
don't
Yeah.
say it because you'll go.
Oh, there's the pause. Oh, that. You're going somewhere, Mum.
Yeah.
Hey, don't we? He's squashed under his chin as
I
well.
know.
Bless him. You're falling
Plonker.
apart, mate. Like me and your dad.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, so I'm trying. What? I can't remember.
I don't do dogs either. I've got a fear of dogs.
It looks like it.
I know. I've had to overcome it over the years, but
Yeah.
I do. I'm more of a cat person.
We have a cat. She lives upstairs.
She lives upstairs. First time Max met her, she scratched his nose, and he's never forgiven her.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. So
you don't like Alfie.
yeah.
She heard you.
Alfie. Oops. Wrong,
So yeah, Alfie lives upstairs.
Alfie lives
You've
upstairs.
got a habit of doing that. Stop fiddling.
I have. There we go. I was just putting something back. Yeah, Alfie lives upstairs because she likes getting out on the flat roof through the back bedroom window. She lives in the back bedroom.
Yeah.
And when the back window's open, she's happy because she can go in and out whenever she wants.
Yeah, but it's cold now. She'll staying in.
Yeah. But you walk in and she'll just, it's like, oh, it's you again. Do I know you? So yeah.
But pets are so resilient to knowing when we're having our bad days.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. Yeah.
But the other thing as well with fibro, Max seems to know an awful lot about that. Like when we're having a bad flare, he won't come and climb on our laps. He will literally just lie down at our feet.
Yeah.
You know, or when my ME's bad, he will come and he'll just make sure I'm okay. Then he'll go and find Shazzy, make sure Shazzy's okay. And then he'll come back and just either, he's got a crate that he sleeps in at night.
Oh, thanks, Max. Don't when he's cleaning.
He's got a crate he sleeps in at night. And during the day, he'll just come and plonk himself in that or in his bed. And he's happy.
Yeah.
When I peg the washing out, if my back's bad, he's behind me all the time. He won't go in until I finish pegging the washing out.
You know, there have been times when Shazzy hasn't been right outside and he's come in and yapped at me. He's like, what's up? I've had to follow him. He's taken me to Shazzy and it's like, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So whether you're stuck out there or,
you
know, having a spasm moment where you're not able to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do know.
You know, don't you?
Yeah.
You do.
I think I might attach one of these bells to his collar.
No, that's not. Be like having the cat collar on.
I made some Christmas earrings, which I've got different coloured bells. I've got red, gold, and green bells. So I've been coming up with ideas for Christmas earrings. So that you can have your jingle bells.
Tinsely pom-poms now.
No, don't do tinsel. It irritates my fingers. But
that's the other thing with different illnesses, and I don't know about yourselves, but my hands are so dry that they crack at the ends, and no matter where you are, they are so sore. You go to pick something up and
Max,
you just catch everything.
Yeah.
Touch wool. If I wanted to, well, I can't wear tights or leggings or socks, pop socks or anything like that, because my hard fingers go through them. I can't apply lotion to Mika because he says that my hands hurt because they're so dry.
Wow. And
they are just, well, yeah, they are, but that's crutches and medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he won't.
Have you tried foam wraps on your crutches, then wrap them in crepe bandage?
My crutches are not hospital crutches. I bought them myself, so they're actually hand proper things.
Yeah.
To actually put my weight goes across my hands.
Yeah.
But to actually apply anything else would ruin the dexterity of how that I use them.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then I would end up with carpal tunnel problems and things like that. So I can't
understand that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't change what is already there to help the hands, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. The other thing is the gloves that we use for fibromyalgia. Compression gloves.
Like the old bicycle gloves.
Yeah, the fingerless ones that come back.
It won't stop it. It won't help the fingers, so will it?
Yeah, it's the ends of the fingers. That's where they all dry and crack. I mean, that one is actually completely opened.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've got
I'm trying to think. There was,
hemp cream from the Body Shop.
no,
I was a Body Shop rep. I had that. I used that, and
Didn't help
I
you.
have tried all the creams on
There's-
Pino.
Yeah.
Tried that.
Wow.
I'll have a think. There is a cream that I can't think of it off the top of my head.
There is a diabetic cream I have tried, and it's failed.
No, this is one that's made with. It's actually made from the base of methylated spirit.
You're not on about petroleum, are you?
No. This one is made from one of the enzymes that's in methylated spirits.
Not
It's
Diprobase.
no, it's a bluey white cream. It's very good at softening skin. I had it when I had my strokes because I was bedridden most of the time. They used to come because I used to get bed sores. They used to come in and rub it on my bed sores.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what it's called. Because my skin dries out.
See, Aqueous is good. Diprobase is good.
Aqueous is only a water-based cream.
Yeah.
I know.
Diprobase is a double-base cream.
Yeah.
Tried that. Diprobase, double base, all the creams that you can think of through the pharmacy, through even heel cracked cream. I have tried on my hands.
The Panthen.
Yep, tried that because that's the nappy rash cream as well.
Yeah.
I've been there, done it. I've tried it all.
Yeah. You see Max at work now.
Crack lotion, yeah, thanks to Tinette. You're very funny. Crack lotion. It's a good job this is an adult show and Mika's not in there, isn't it? Dear thing.
Okay. All right. Good boy, Max. Good boy, Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry.
All right.
Max did his
Take your
job.
time.
Yeah.
In the work.
Yeah. That's Max doing his job.
Okay.
Um,
Do you need a moment?
No. I'm okay. My back's just spasming.
Yeah, you can usually come out of it and be all right again, can't you?
Yeah, it's called a condition called non-epileptic attack disorder. It's caused by PTSD, which I suffer with frequently. I was a soldier in the territorials for 22 years.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to say. I've done things.
You've seen it.
I've seen it. Got the emotional scars. And yeah.
Totally understand.
So yeah.
Totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has. I'm going to change the subject. I don't want to.
Fine.
Somebody has just asked. Have you tried CBD for the dog for itching?
Yes. He won't take it.
Helped?
He won't take it. He spits it out.
Not even the droplets under the side.
Tried droplets under the tongue when we were at the flat because Shazzy had some, and I tried it in his biscuit because he has a dry biscuit.
Yeah.
I wonder if the hemp cream would help.
And it didn't. He wouldn't eat his biscuit. He used to turn his nose up it and just walk away from it. So we've tried a lot of things.
Might be worth trying the hemp cream on him.
Could try a little bit.
The hemp cream wouldn't do him any harm at all.
No, we'll try it on him in a bit.
Hello. What's that?
Especially on them sores on his face.
I'd actually rather use it.
Yeah.
Where he can't.
Yeah.
To start with, just in case, because like me, he can be a bit finicky about stuff.
Oh, we know that. Temperamental, ain't you, Max? Getting cantankerous in your old age.
So yeah, no,
Sorry.
I'm okay. I'm back.
Good.
My eyes are open now, so I can.
Shell's just said you okay, Steve.
Who?
Shell.
Shall. Yeah, I'm
Stargazing
okay.
Shell.
I'm okay.
Shell.
Yeah, I shall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Max done his job perfectly.
That's his job,
He
and
did.
you know, even though I'm not consciously aware, when that happens,
That's why he wanted to
I'm
get back
in a dark. It's like I'm in a dark
Yeah.
place,
up.
and Max just.
Good boy.
I don't know what he does,
Good boy.
but all I hear is like a low rumble in the distance. It's like a calling,
Okay.
and that's my focus, and he helps. So yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well done, Max.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try the hemp
yeah.
cream
Well,
on him. Won't do
he
any
is.
harm.
He's wonderful. You know, he
has his moments where we moan about him, like everything else, but
like everybody moans about their dog.
Yeah.
You know,
their pet. Because
or their pet.
we moan about the cat as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely, but we wouldn't be without them.
No,
Hey?
he doesn't want me now. He
No.
wants Shazzy because
Yeah,
he's
sure,
done his
good
job.
boy. You've done it.
I keep disappearing off camera.
You've done it.
It's my. At least my chair's not squeaky anymore.
No.
we've
Hello.
done 3 months of
Good
life.
boy, Max.
Hello.
He's a good boy.
Yes. Hello. I don't need you to do that to me. I'm okay. I don't suffer like that.
No.
Do I?
But
You
no,
had to
he's
see
good.
Ollie this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the other thing. When our daughter rings and the grandsons are on the phone, he has to look.
He jumps up, doesn't he?
Okay. Yeah, he jumps up.
Hello. Come on down. That's it.
Yeah.
Sit there. Half on Dad, half on me. Sit there. There you go.
That's it, Max.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Bless him.
Now, are there any questions that the viewers want to ask? You know, about the conditions that we got or anything else like that? So that might help them understand how we deal with things as well.
I have noticed that a lot of people in America don't get the same kind of treatments that we get here. So some of the, have you tried the CBD drops on his skin?
No.
No.
Maybe try straight to the skin, maybe.
Yeah, I can give that one a try. We've still got it.
Yeah.
He's had a good chew tonight.
He's had a good chew.
He's had his muzzle off.
Naughty mum.
Sit down, Max. We don't want to see your bum.
Cheryl's praising you. She doesn't want to see your bum.
No. Yeah, there's a few people on chat who we know from our group.
We shared it everywhere,
anyway.
didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of shared it like mad that we're going to be live on tonight. And a couple of people have said to us, you know, you're becoming quite big TV stars now.
It's like, nah, we're still us.
No.
Hey,
you know, it's just nice just being able to talk to people and share things. You know, we on our paranormal page we go live most afternoons and we talk about the world and everything. You know, any particular subject. Like last week, there's a lot about remembrance because there's a war memorial, the war memorial in Cannock Chase, where they've just done the celebrations for lots of people that died in the Second World War. You know, they put over 1,000 crosses, remembrance crosses, in the ground, and it was in one of the Birmingham papers last night that some kids went up there and kicked and smashed them all up.
Oh my God!
They've got no respect.
No, they don't.
And that is one thing that I love about America. There is so much respect for the armed forces, for the emergency services as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in the UK, it's like the new generation. Oh well, it's nothing to do with us. Well, I'm sorry. You know, my argument is if it wasn't for the First World War, the Second World War, the war against terror, which I've been involved in, you wouldn't have freedom of speech. You wouldn't be having everything that you've got today. You'd be living a very, very different life. You'd be under rule that you have no idea. So yeah, we start off with just a totally random topic, and it becomes quite an in-depth conversation. Like we've done a talk recently. I collect skulls, so they might be macabre to some people, but I quite like them. I've got loads of different skulls, but as a druid, skulls are also important to me, because the old druids used to use skulls as a way of communicating with the dead. And so basically all the paranormal investigation side and speaking to spirits, things like that, you do it by touching a skull. So for me, not only is it part of my livelihood, but they're also nice things to collect. And there's so many different pattern skulls these days. We've got a few that have got Celtic rune symbols on. We've got some like that one that's painted up so it looks like fire. I've got a skull in the cabinet that's actually got a raven sat on the top of it, because my spirit animal is a raven. So that one's important to me. Then I've got another skull that's made up of loads of other tiny little skulls. So it's just a fascination. I don't use them in my work as a druid. I just collect them because I think they're nice. They're different. Plus then you've got things like the Day of the Dead. So you've got all the what they call sugar paste skulls, highly painted, that kind of thing. Some of them are really nice, and others are just like, no, I've seen that before and it's boring. I like things that are unique, which is why I like Shazzy. So, yeah. Then Shazzy collects unicorns. So anything that's unicorn related, and that's Shazzy. And these things, they keep us busy. They keep us in the real world.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
I'm just reading some of the comments.
What's shelf up? So I can't read.
There's somebody saying about Max wearing a muzzle. He shouldn't be wearing a muzzle.
Okay.
Yeah, coming a bit late. That's the thing.
The reason Max wears a muzzle is he's allergic to his own skin. Without it, he chews himself to bits. We cannot afford the medication or the vet's bills of 10 grand plus a year because we're disabled. And the PET plan that the vet suggested that we went on for Max was
Cover it.
It doesn't cover it.
It doesn't cover skin condition.
No, it doesn't cover a skin condition. But also it's £60 a month for a little dog. We can't afford that. That's £60 a month. That's
electric for the month. That's your.
And while people say it's cruel to keep the muzzle on him, it is in some people's eyes, but to us, it's saving his life because he'll chew himself to death.
But also it means that if he's got a sore and we pick him up and touch him, we don't get bitten. I've been bitten so many times by different dogs because they've had my grandmother had a dog that had a skin condition. I picked it up one day and it chewed my arm to bits. So it's that thought of when we have our grandsons, if our grandsons touch him, we don't want him turning around and biting them. It works both ways. Yes, it looks cruel. Our daughter thinks it's cruel. Our daughter had him for one night. She took his muzzle off. He chewed himself to bits. And she looked at us the next day and said, oh, he didn't chew. And I just looked at her and I said, so why is he bleeding?
You got used to it now.
It's hard. Sometimes it's cruel to be kind.
It's cruel, but it helps him.
If he can't chew, he can't gnaw it himself. He can't make himself bleed. And when dogs find something that, especially when they bleed, they keep licking at it and they keep nibbling at it. So when they end up getting the scab over, they nibble more.
I'm not joking. There was one time he had a scab on his back that was that big because he wouldn't stop chewing. He even had one of those lampshade things on his head. He still was able to chew.
He's
we've
not
tried,
getting
we've
into
tried
cat
everything.
food either. That's kept upstairs with her.
We've tried everything. And the only thing that works is he has a closed face muzzle, and in the summer, when he's hot, so he can pant with that one. But in the summer, he has a muzzle that literally goes round his jowl, but it's open at the front. But it's tight enough that he can't open his mouth wide to chew, but he can still lick if he needs to.
He can still drink and eat.
That's it.
He eats and drinks with that one on because he's greedy.
He's quite funny when he tries to eat and drink with that one.
Yeah, it's when he's got the mask one on and he tries to. He can drink, but he can't eat, and he kind of nudges the bowl around the room, and it's like, "Come on, Dad, take it off."
Yeah.
So yeah.
People aren't going to agree with us with him wearing a muzzle. It's one of them. But we're not on to talk about Max and his muzzle, so.
Yeah. That's interesting. Sid Vitch, I've had dogs for 40 years and I know them. So, somebody, I've always had a dog. I grew up, my grandparents used to breed Irish Wolfhounds. So through my mum and dad used to breed Dalmatians. So for me, a dog has been in my life all the time. I feel with me, dogs are important to me, but then I've also had cats, and cats are important to me. When it's time when Max passes, I don't think we'll have another dog. I think we'll just stay with cats, because at least a cat can take itself out for a walk and then come back in again.
Yeah.
Max he'll sit staring at a wide open door and go, okay, why's the door open? So yeah, some dogs are incredible animals for what they are. They can be trained to do certain things. I'm still trying to train Max to play dead. He doesn't quite understand. But it's just a bit of fun. No, Sid Vitch, go Max. I like that. Yeah.
It's all these names that we don't know, isn't it? UFO Gandalf. They've met Max twice.
Johnny Side. Johnny Side. My old chihuahua had an allergic reaction to skin conditions. We bathed and switched his food, which helps, but CBD helped too. But he was conditioned to chew himself. That's the thing. Once a dog has learned to chew, that is what they'll constantly do.
Yeah. It becomes habit.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why putting the muzzle on puts that barrier between his mouth and his skin, and theoretically stops him chewing. But he still tries.
He does still.
Oh yeah.
Tries. But it's a learning curve. Yes, it looks cruel, but if it saves his life, I'd rather go down that road than be out of pocket all the time.
We also have a muzzle on him to take him out, don't we?
Yeah.
Just so because he's not good around other dogs. If a dog goes for him, he can't.
He's never been allowed to have a social interaction with other dogs because he's not a pet. He is an ability dog.
Yeah.
So he's fine with other ability dogs because he understands they're doing a job.
Yeah.
But a random dog in the park running up to him, it freaks him out.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand because he's not a pet. Take him for a walk around the park and he's constantly looking. He's always wary. Another dog walks towards him, he walks towards us. Or his mouth will go. And normally when his mouth goes, all the other, even Great Danes and Alsatians run a mile. German Shepherds, they run a mile.
But they're the ones he'll go for. He'll go for the bigger dogs, and we just look and say, "Yeah, Max, they'll eat you for breakfast, mate."
Yeah, Johnny Side, I know. Just be out there.
But so he's got this condition.
Yeah. Which, in one aspect,
is us, really.
It's an unseen disability that's in Max. It's a skin condition. We get it as humans. 9 times out of 10, though, it's a skin. It's a type of cancer.
Or eczema.
Or an eczema.
An eczema or dermatology.
Yeah.
So so in one aspect, Max is the same as us. He's got an invisible illness. If he had a voice, he'd tell you how the way he deals with it is to chew. you know,
And
same
how we scratch
same
and it.
we've people got
This is
eczema
it.
or whatever, a hidden illness. You know, the thing that really helps them is to make it, is to scratch it and make it red raw, because then they put the cream on. The cream goes into it straight away, it soothes it. You know, so he's only doing what
That's it,
somebody.
and he hasn't got a voice to tell us that it hurts and irritates.
No.
So.
No, his
It's
way of
fine.
telling you it hurts is
You have to. Go on then. Oh, go on then. That's the wise. There you go.
No, I think it's nice that, you know, you've got this, Sarah, where you can share so many things with so many different people, especially people across that great big blue, what do they call it, Atlantic Ocean.
The pond.
The pond. That's the one. You know, and that, you know, here we are sat in this tiny little island in, you know, when you think about some of the states in America, you could fit Britain into like 12 million times. You know, but I just want to say thank you to all the viewers as well, you know, because it's helped us. You know, we're not strangers to the camera. I'm definitely not a stranger to the camera. I'm a photographer, but I've also been on TV a few times doing bits and pieces. You know, so it doesn't bother me. As I say, we go live on our Facebook pages. I go live on YouTube with our YouTube site when I'm doing videos for when we're doing paranormal investigations, that kind of thing. So, you know, but it's a bit different talking about this tonight than it has been doing an ordinary live. So
it's more personal because it's individual to us all.
Yeah. You know, I've been a bit tearful tonight. The other day when I was talking about my life in the army and what's happened to me, and I lost a very close friend 6 weeks ago. He committed suicide because something happened. He was in the army with me. He was a sergeant major, my closest friend, and I still can't believe he's gone. You know, but I still broke down and I cried my eyes out. And just seeing the responses from people in chat was like, you know, thank you for sharing and thank you for your service and things like that. And it's, you know, and then when I read up about how kids are trashing memorials,
it's sickening.
I want to get out there. I'm sorry, but I feel at times I want to get out there with a baseball bat and really show them what that feels like.
Oh, you missed that. That's the raised sofa. That's my sofa.
I hate seeing memorials damaged. You know, even, you know, locally when they put the poppy wreaths down and the yobs come along and they smash them up because, oh, and it's not our generation. I'm sorry, but it is, and it will be for the next 10,000 years, because this is what makes us who we are.
Yeah.
Stargazing shell, the big blue wet thing. Yes, that's the one.
Always rely on show to make you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got 750,000 poppies being released tomorrow morning at Cape the War Memorial.
But they go over the cliffs, don't they?
So looking forward to them coming down. Where we are, Capo is only 6-7 miles away.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be too far away that we're not able to see, but
depending on the weather. Yeah,
we'll definitely see the hurricane and all of that fly past. We'll get that.
Right. We had a Spitfire fly. No, we had the Battle of Britain Memorial flight fly over the other day, and I just sat here and I was crying my eyes out because the sound of the Spitfire, the sound of the Lanka, the sound of the Hurricane, you know, those engines mean so much to so many people. But I sat here with a lump in my throat because of what it means. You know, they are fantastic. Same in America when you got the engines of, you know, the P-51. You've got the Stratofortress, all that kind of thing. When you hear the sounds, because it's it's an aircraft that's native to your country, it really does make you think that these are the aircraft surviving, you know, that 70 years ago fought for our freedom.
Yeah.
And I get quite emotional with that because it means a lot to me. I have been lucky enough to fly in a Lancaster because my uncle was in the RAF and he was based at RAF Coningsby. He used to train navigators. And when I was 19, I was staying with my aunt and uncle, and he came in. I was on holiday, and he came in and he goes, "We're going to the airfield tomorrow." And I thought it was just the local airfield down the road because I could fly. And he goes, "No," he says, "We're going to Coningsby." I said, "What?" He goes, "Just make sure you got your TA book and everything else," he says, "because you'll need it to go in." I went, "Yeah, no problem." Went in with all my ID and everything else. "Yeah, no problem. We know who you are." Bang. So, you know, got kitted out and got led out, blindfolded to the taxiway, and I could hear 4 engines. I'm thinking, nah, it can't be. My uncle said, "Right, take the blindfold off." Took the blindfold off, and there's a Lancaster stood with the props spinning, just idling. It was coming down after they'd had a warm up, and I just went, "You are joking." He went, "Well," he says, "once you've done that one, we're taking you up in the Mark 10 Spitfire as well." And it's like, "You what?" And he goes, "Yeah, we got the 2-seater Spitfire here." He says, "I'm going to be flying it," he says, "and you're coming with me." I says, "What about?" He goes, "Well, I've managed to wangle a navigation seat on it," he says, "and we've got a spare seat in the nose," he says, where the bomb aimer would normally sit. He says, "and that's for you." And it chokes me up now, but it choked me up then. It was fantastic. You know, I'm 47 years old now. You know, those planes have been flying for 75, 80 years, and they still look brand new. They still sound brand new. And there's nothing short of, I don't know what, you know, they raise thousands of pounds every year, millions of pounds every year to keep these things flying. You know, my second favourite aircraft's the Vulcan. I've got one, a limited edition painting from my uncle because he was a navigator on them during the Falklands War. And I've actually got his squadron Vulcan, the one that he flew in, flying out. It's on a painting over Lincoln Cathedral. And it just, you know, my second favourite aircraft of all time. Go on then. I'll pull you up, wait. While you're here, I don't mind. So yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. I can talk about aircraft till the cows come home. But again, if I didn't put my health into touch, I wouldn't experience the things I've experienced, and I still wouldn't have the passion. So yeah.
A bit of a domestic going on, I think.
Yeah.
No? Oh, it just really.
People will have their own opinions, and I'm not one to stop people's opinions until I think it gets too far. But
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but just don't take it where you have to prove to everyone that you're right. It doesn't work.
We're doing what we think's best for Max.
Yeah, we're doing what the vets advise us to do because we can't afford £10,000 a year plus. You know, we can't. You know, and with the pet insurance doesn't cover skin conditions.
no, they don't.
There's no point paying out for something that he doesn't need.
No.
You know, at the end of the day, the only person that gets rich off that is the vet. You know,
Somebody's just trying to find a homeopathic vet.
The trouble is, a homeopathic vet in the UK, you're talking for a first consultation, £600.
Yeah.
We don't have that cash.
Unfortunately.
You know, we don't have that kind of money because our savings have gone because we've had to spend them on other things. We've had to spend them on living. You know,
This is it.
I get I'm quite lucky. I get a car provided for me by Motability.
We've had to pay half our money. That is what my car is exactly.
I pay £240 a month. It's basically a lease car.
It is a lease car.
With that, unlike a lease car, my insurance is paid. My breakdown is paid. You know, a lease car, you still have to pay your insurance. You still have to pay when it goes in to have a service. We don't pay any of that.
So we get tyres free, we get windscreens free, we get the MOTs free every year. We get breakdown cover free. Well, that's included in the insurance. The only thing we do get free is tax. Tax and parking certain places you have to pay in hospitals, which is strange. Not in a normal car park, but in a hospital you do.
No, we don't have to pay tax. Ours is all included.
And also toll charges are free. So we don't get a lot of stuff free for disabled people.
Yeah, you know, people we've had people turn around to us and go, well, if you live on benefits, you live on this, you live on that, how the hell can you afford a brand new car?
You can't.
I can't. I pay a lease price for it. I pay Motability for it. You know, I'm not allowed to drive because of my fit. So Shazzy does all the driving. So if Shazzy is rock bottom, we're stuck at home. You know, we're stuck at home. So it's really, really hard.
Pippa, I sympathise. Fibro.
Yeah, totally understand that, Pippa. You know, fibro, if you haven't got it,
I won't wish it on anyone.
I won't wish it on anyone. But if you do get it, just be prepared that, you know, there is something called the spoon theory. And you're given 12 spoons a day. It takes 3 spoons to get up in the morning.
By 10 o'clock in the morning, you've used all 12.
And then you
go on to tomorrow.
Then you start using tomorrow. So then tomorrow you're starting with 3. And it hurts, you know.
It's hard.
Then when, you know, we've got basically the highest stage of fibromyalgia you can get because it cripples us. And the scary thing is, you know, people look at you and just go.
You see all this stuff on Facebook, don't you? Fibromyalgia kills. No, it don't.
We've had it from our parents. You know, oh, just drink a bottle of red wine, you'll be fine.
I was told that when first diagnosed with it. A bottle of red wine will do you good. You'll get rid of it.
Mine's all in my head.
2 paracetamol, you'll be fine.
It's all in your head.
But they ain't got a clue what it's like.
You know.
You try having toothache every single day of your life, but it's throughout the whole body.
Somebody said to me that's on our ghost hunting team, she went, how bad's your pain today? Because her mum's got it. So she understands more. And I went, did you ever have back-to-back labour with any of your kids? She went, yeah. I said, multiply that by 10. And she's like, oh my God, really? I was like, yeah. And that's when I had that virus, weren't it, that attacked the fibro. So it was just evil. And you didn't like seeing me like that, did you?
No, it really upset me.
We stayed in for a week. So I just couldn't
do anything. And we asked for help from people, and it's like, oh, but you can get out, you got a car. Well, no, we can't.
No, we can't, because it's me that drives, and I couldn't move. So I couldn't get out. But I went in the garden, and we saw the neighbours, and they said that I looked ill, didn't they? And they just went, anything you need, you shout.
Just shout. You know, whatever time of day or night.
You know, even if it was to get up the stairs to bed or to get up to have a shower, shout.
Max, hello.
You know, and they've only known us 6 months, haven't they? So.
Yes, you are a social animal. Because every time I say I'm going to have a drink, you go social life. Yeah, there we go. Had to get that one in there somewhere. Max, I'm fine. It's only one
Are
shoulder.
you comfy?
No.
No, he's got his bum on the arm.
Bless
Sorry,
him.
guys. I can't see anything at the moment.
He's just checking.
Yeah, I know. Hello.
He's looking after you.
Hello. I don't want tongues. I don't do tongues.
Bless him.
One of the things that I have used with Max is tea tree oil.
Yes, you are, Pippa.
That works with Max. When I comb him, I comb him through with tea tree oil.
Yes, it's the soothing aspect.
Yeah. And that
It doesn't sting like other stuff either, does it?
No.
No, and he's quite happy with that.
What? What? Scratching at my arm?
This is really unusual. He doesn't normally do this.
What?
It's because he's not centre of attention.
I'm okay. It's Dad you need to look after, not me.
I'm here. So
He's okay.
yeah. Can I just ask everyone who's in US, what's the weather like?
John's side has joined pagan group.
Cool. Okay.
Genocide is pagan.
Yeah, he said that.
He's already had a hand ceremony with his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful pictures.
Yeah.
We have another group as well. It's called Pagan Desire UK, but he's more than welcome to join that one as well.
And Pippa,
So, yeah.
I've got a fibro group if you want to join that.
Yeah.
Pippa is very new to fibro. She's only had it for about 3 years. She was on last week's show.
Yeah.
So she's still picking up on different ways to deal with things.
Yeah.
So,
Pippa, find me on Facebook and add me. I'll add you to the group as well.
Yeah. It's like our admin's been busy.
Lisa has said it's 50s in Georgia.
Nice.
Wow. Can we come? We need a holiday. We haven't had a holiday yet.
Oh, John's got 4 more hours till he sees his dogs. Bless you. Oh, he's gorgeous.
He's a Skye Terrier.
Yeah. Oh, he's the He's the blue grey.
He's lovely.
He's got lovely markings around his eyes.
Yeah, he has.
He's got beautiful markings everywhere. Look at him. He's on his chest. He's lovely.
So, Max, you're not looking. Look, there's another dog looking at you. You're not paying
36
attention.
in Ohio.
36 and a half. We went out today in the car. It was 4 degrees, and it was
-1 first thing.
Yeah, it was.
When we got
But yeah, it was 4 degrees, and we had freezing rain.
Yeah.
It was literally coming down, and it was almost like sleet when it was hitting the ground. It was
Horrible
very
when it's
cold.
like that.
It was really horrible.
Yeah, because you're not far up the line from us, are you?
Warwickshire.
Warwickshire. We're middle of the country, so
About an hour and a half, I'd say.
from Dover.
Yeah, a bit more than that.
Dover. Yeah, it's about 4.5 hours.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I drove to Birmingham in July,
Yeah.
and that took us 6 hours. But then I had to have a lot of stops, even though I was driving an automatic car.
Yeah.
Hello, Max. Yes. Hello. Right. I've just approved 5 people to join our
Thank you.
jewellery page. So there we go.
How do you all live in that cold?
Carefully.
Yeah, very carefully.
With chronic pain, you hibernate. Go out just when you have
Hot water bottles.
Yeah, even though we have central heating, I don't like it because until I met Shazzy, I'd never actually had central heating. I grew up in a house that was 800 years old.
You never felt the cold until this year.
No, that's very true. For 46 years, I never felt cold. And then this year, I really have started to feel the cold.
And a few years ago, this might help Pippa out. She might be able to relate already. It was really hot. I went to Bournemouth with my ex. And he was walking around in shorts and a vest top. I'd got a hoodie on because I was shivering and it was boiling.
Yeah, I feel the cold very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to
As
feel
soon as
cold here.
it hits my back, the lower part of my back,
Yeah.
it's almost like it goes straight to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it hits that, forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean,
Yeah.
Pippa.
Yes, and the colder it gets, the higher the pain gets.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning are the
First thing
worst.
in the morning, but it's the spasms as well. It's the spasms in the lower back. It's the spasms in the knees.
You know, we get phone calls from friends and family, and it's about 9 o'clock, and you yourself know what it's like to get out of bed in the morning, and it's like, why aren't you up yet? Well, because I'm in agony.
Can't move.
And
And I wake up
pain relief.
3-4 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning, and as soon as I open my eyes, the pain is that bad that I have to get up. I cannot lay there any longer. So I may have only had 4 hours sleep, but that's
right.
Yeah.
I'm like that, but I have to leave the room because I don't want to disturb Shazzy. And
I have to come down to the kitchen because I don't want to disturb them up there.
Yeah.
I'll come down and I'll work on old photos that I've edited in the past, and I'll re-edit them using modern programs, that kind of thing.
But when your feet are really sore with the neuropathy and stuff, and you can't get upstairs, you sleep down here, don't you?
That's the other thing with the diabetes. With type 1 and type 2, you can get neuropathy. With type 3, you get neuropathy with a vengeance. You imagine walking on eggshells. You imagine each one of those eggshells is holding a razor blade.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. And it cripples me. Even when I've got my special boot on, which is very, very padded, it still cripples me. You know, I go out some days and even in the middle of winter, I have my big boot on one foot and I have a sandal on the other because it's the only way I can cool my feet down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all through the summer, people got used to me wearing closed-toe sandals and my boot. And, you know, it'd be like, why haven't you got 2 sandals on? Because I can't walk with 2 sandals on.
No.
Go ahead, mate. What's up? I'm not going again. Don't feel it anyway. No, he's not.
No, he's not. He just wants cuddles. He's making sure you're all right.
Yes, he's also.
I know. He's also scratching.
He's also tipping my head back. But no, it's been nice to be able to show you what Max does. You know, for those of you that have seen it, but also to spend time with you all as well. You know, and
explain a bit more about everything else.
Find us on our Facebook page. Talk to us. You know, our names are on the screen. It was easier to put it that way than it was to put our other names.
They wouldn't like to prove we were then, would they?
No. But if ever you see a post by somebody called the Blue Druid, that's me. I have a couple of pages on Facebook where I'm known as the Blue Druid. I post on a few other pages as the Blue Druid because I'm a bard druid, which is basically storyteller and someone who writes and instructs others with music. So, and blue is the color of the bard, so it just made sense. We, became known as Blue Druid.
What?
So, yeah.
You're never like this.
No, he's not. I think it's because the camera's on and he's getting center of attention again.
He's a lovely dog, Lisa. He's an ability dog, isn't you, mate?
Yeah.
You've done well tonight.
He has. He's done very well.
You have to jump back because I don't want you to get stuck.
I think that's 6 people I've added to
Wow.
Pagan Apparel.
There you go.
So yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We're carefree as well as we can be. We don't let our disabilities get us down. We don't let anything stand in the way if we can help it.
No.
And like Sarah, we want to live our lives to the full.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've spoken to Sarah's hubby a few times on our group, and
He watches our lives, doesn't he, when
and
he's on the boat?
yeah. When he's on the boat, and then suddenly he loses signal, it's like,
Then we see he's come back. It's like, I'm back again.
Yeah. Yes, when he told us he was a sailor, I said, "Is that Royal Navy or Merchant Navy?" And he came back ferry. So
P&O.
it was absolutely fantastic. Great job for somebody who lives in Dover as well. You're right next to the sea.
Yeah.
What a stunning view every time that you leave England as well. You got the White Cliffs behind you.
We will, John. Give him a belly rub from his Uncle John.
Definitely. So I'm guessing it's John that's joined group.
Yeah, John Ledford.
Yep, cool. Yep, that's cool. I've sent him a friend's request.
No problem.
So there we go. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you both for opening your home, your hearts, to actually come and speak to me about all that you go through. I totally understand, and I'm hoping that people are more understanding, more aware that you don't see disabilities always.
One thing I will say is don't be scared of it.
No, if you have questions, please ask them. Don't just shush your children aside. Yeah. Please don't tell them not to ask us questions, because that is the worst thing you can do.
When I finished care, I cleaned a pub for a couple of years, and the landlady, she went, "Oh, I've got all the disabled people outside."
Get down.
She went, "Well, I assume they're disabled." They look at it. I went, "And what does disabled look like?" And she went, "Well, them out there." I said, "They've got Down syndrome."
Yeah.
I said, "I've got a disability." "No, you haven't." I went, "Yeah, I have." Yeah. And she just shrugged it off, and she went, "They're disabled."
And that's just a different chromosome.
Yeah, this is it.
That's a whole different ball. I could talk to you about something else as well.
That is completely different to a disability.
I have an extra X chromosome. I have a condition called Klinefelter syndrome. I have basically an extra female chromosome. So it makes me different again. And again, that's another thing that's I've noticed in America. It's quite common in America now, but in the UK it's still quite rare, and they don't know why. They don't know what it's down to. They're still investigating. They've been investigating now for 30 years, but they still haven't really. They've only just scraped the icing off the cake. They haven't actually got.
You spoke about it on one of our lives, didn't you, the other day? And he put the link up, and so many people read it and then messaged him, and it's like, how the hell do you live with all that? As well as
the fibro, as well as the illness and everything.
I just
do. This.
You have to.
You get on with it, don't you? It's got to be,
Come here.
You've got to live with it, because if you let it rule your life, it will destroy you.
It will. You will become the person that either stays in bed or stays in the chair all day. That's where you will rot.
I've read things about fibro, people saying they stay in bed when they're on a bad day. But doctors tell you to get up and try to move around as much as you can.
Yeah.
Without pushing it, because it will help the pain ease a bit, and it will get you moving. When people don't listen to that, they just stay in bed.
When I had my strokes, I was in a wheelchair for 18 months. It was really comfortable. It was really nice. But my doctor said to me, "One day, Steve, you'll get too dependent on this, and you won't want to leave it." So I made the conscious decision to get up out of it, and it was hard. I cried. I had to learn to walk again. And at the time, I was a lot bigger than I am now. I'd lost some weight, but I was still seriously big. And trying to move 28 stone around when you're learning to walk is hard work. Each step, I was in tears.
Are you going to shock the audience now, are you?
No.
You're not going to tell them how big you were.
When I finished chefing, I was 33.5 stone. I joined Slimming World, and in 3 years I lost 26.5 stone.
It's amazing.
All because the doctors told me that if I didn't lose weight, I'd be dead in 18 months.
Then his diabetic doctor told him to put some weight on because he was too thin.
Yeah.
So
Can't win, can you?
No, you can't win. So I've put 2 stone back on.
But being 6'5", he did look really, really thin. He looked really ill.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't. So.
Yeah, it's just, it's having the desire to get up and do something and not stay in the past.
What Jeanette has just said is right. A body in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah,
No matter how much it hurts,
You have to move it.
Yeah, you've got to try.
Yeah.
Even if you do 2 steps and you have to stop, you still need to try and do them 2 steps, because them 2 steps become 4.
Don't get me wrong. I still like my KFC. I still like fish and chips. I still like my greasy food and things like that. But I know how to moderate it.
And we've adapted our diet as well because of the kidney disease. I can't have salt.
Actually, of course.
So we've adapted our diet and we do everything.
Yeah.
We use herbs now rather than
There's
salt.
so many more herbs you can use instead of using salt.
Every now and again, I'll know when I need a bit of salt because I get bad cramp.
Yeah.
In my legs, so I have to have that little bit of salt. So if we have like fish and chips one day, I'll have salt on them.
Yeah.
And that'll do me for a month. Just that little bit of salt.
I've just read John's comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that, and I've got to be careful that there's certain fruits I can't eat that I love. There's loads of foods I can't eat that I love. I have them every now and again because it's a treat every now and again.
I'm just reading what Lizzie's put. Thanks, Steve, Shazzy, Max, Sarah, and Dougie. Great show.
It's
Much
just
love,
one of
beautiful
them.
warriors.
You adapt to the way of life that you've got to live, and I'm lucky enough that my kidneys aren't that bad. I don't need dialysis yet. I'm in the middle of the whole disease. I've got one kidney that works. It was at 50%. I see the hospital next week to see if they've deteriorated or not. But
there is an old saying that says, the moment you get complacent, the moment you stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to live life to the full,
people say to us, don't they? Don't you two ever stop? You'll burn yourselves out. If we stop, we might as well give up.
Yeah, you have to keep moving.
I don't live a life where I want to give up. I'm so used to being on the go 12, 14 hours a day with work, raising kids. I don't want to stop. I really don't want to stop.
Everything in moderation, they say. Yeah, very much.
John, I like salt. I've just had to learn to live without it.
There's another saying, you have to learn to walk before you can run. And through every invisible illness, that's how you have to be. You have to learn to walk before you can run. Because it will.
I've never heard of fibromyalgia.
It will put you down, and it will put you down hard.
So many things that hurt. I wrote it all down, went to my doctor. He went, "What can I do for you?" I handed him a bit of paper and I went, "Tell me what the hell is wrong with me," because it feels like I have boiling hot water running down my legs, all down. You feel it down your back, don't you? And it's just so many different sensations that you get.
I just want to say, I'm guessing UFO Gandalf is Dexter.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's just
Max, pain in
everything you have to learn to deal with. I've got chronic IBS, so that's put me in hospital. And I have to be so careful with that, don't I? And I love spicy food. But it's one of them. It's a fight or flight.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's another one for.
It's just one of them.
So,
you learn what's best for you and you deal with it.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Right. I think Max needs to go out.
I think Max needs to go out.
I think that's what he's getting so agitated about.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to say thank you so much for all three of you for coming on, talking, being so open, so frank, and so honest.
Yeah. We're looking forward to actually coming on and talking to Jimmy about our paranormal life as well. So you will
do, because I usually do the questions from the chat room and the producing. So for me to be in front of camera for I mean, I've done shows obviously when Jim's been late off work and not been well and things like that. I've stepped in, but to do a whole show myself is something completely different. But Fascination Street is not gone. I've just taken the reins for a little bit and tried something new.
Just want to say hi, Jimmy. Bye, Jimmy.
Well, if you want us to come on again and talk about it, we're happy to.
Or even if you want us, you know, we are planning a road trip because we've got team members and associate members dotted all around the country. One of the things we're aiming to do next year is to come out and meet people in the UK.
Well, Jimmy told us about Dover Castle last night,
yeah,
so we want to try and get there.
I've been there. I've seen things there.
Amazing castle.
He said they do overnight events. They're all-nighters there, right? That's some
Oh yeah.
while about then.
Oh yeah. Halloween is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a riot.
So yeah, that will be something that we do.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. But yeah, we will get together again. Absolutely.
Just,
thank you for asking us.
To Net's post as well. It sucked to have to slow down when injured my back.
Took some getting used to.
It does take some getting used to, because there are things that you think you can do, like picking up a coin off the floor, and suddenly it's like, I'm stuck.
How can I get back up?
It's like when you go for a disability assessment, can you get on the floor and get up? And it's like you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
Down there, I ain't getting up again. And then they put down that you're uncooperative, so you can't run anyway.
I got down on the floor. It took me 20 minutes to stand back up again. And this woman just looked at me and she went, "Why did it take you so long?" I said, "Because you didn't offer to help." She got fired for that because she didn't offer to help.
Yeah, Jeanette, I can't have anti-inflammatories because of my kidney disease, so I can only have the pain relief. I can't have anything to stop the swelling.
I can't have anti-inflammatories because I'm allergic to aspirin.
So, we're in a no-win situation on that one as much as we'd love to. But
I can't have aspirin. I have to be very careful with ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And there's things like Zantac and Xanadol, which some of the American folk will know about those. Have to be so careful because there's ingredients in them which make my face looks like a bright red balloon.
That's why we go with CBD, isn't it?
Yes.
It
because it's
safe.
Everything. At the end of the day, it's safe.
Yeah.
And it does cure so many things.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I think we're going to end it there because we've gone over 20 minutes already, and like you say, we've got the dogs to let out, and I've got a child that's about
over 20 minutes.
So, wow.
You see what time it is?
On 2 hours, really?
Yeah.
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Oh,
that's really good. Wow. But it just shows how comfortable it's all been as well.
Yeah.
It hasn't been. It's not forced. It's plus there's two of us. If there'd just been one of us, I'd have been on for about 4 hours now.
It's a natural conversation as well.
Yeah, this is it. It's talking like old friends,
but that's what it should. That's what it should be.
Yeah, but it's stuff that we can all relate to as well.
But also,
and people in chat can relate to it.
People in chat relate to it, and everyone. It's like extended family, and that's how we treat all of our groups. All the members of our groups are an extended family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all of our paranormal team, each one of us has had.
I didn't realise that.
Each one of us has had or is suffering with a life-changing illness. And that's what I think. That's why we work so well together. So, yeah. Anyway.
That's another story.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Go back and read all the comments because I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't actually read anything.
Sure.
But thank you for listening, guys. And
it's been a pleasure to talk about it.
It has been a pleasure.
To non-judgmental people.
And and also to share Max with you as well, and also to show you how Max works, which was totally unexpected. I wasn't expecting that tonight, but obviously,
he knew he needed to get in that room.
Yeah,
he knew he was at the side of us, weren't he? But he just knew.
Yeah, he knew he had to get on my lap.
Yeah.
So there we go. So absolutely fantastic. If people want to come and join our groups, you're more than welcome. or add us personally, you're more than welcome to do that. You'll see us quite easily on our Pagan and Paranormal page, because we're both SJ. Steve Jennings, Sharon Jennings, Shazzy Jennings.
Yeah.
So just come and find us. We don't bite. Well, not hard anyway. And we'll talk to you about anything. And if you need help with crystals or whatever, I'll do what I can to help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you both so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
See
Lots
you
of love.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
And you.
Well, another amazing show, guys, talking about chronic illnesses, disabilities that are hidden, that you don't always see. And I couldn't have put it a better way. It's been an amazing night to hear somebody else's side again that has so many different problems. And it's a hard life, but we get through it. We may look normal, we may look like we don't have anything wrong with us, but life is a struggle. Every day is a struggle, but we struggle through. Thank you all for watching. Till next week. Bye bye.